people to the pool, so that's why they took a pee all over the pool and decided that no one else can enter. They're the ones who got into the pool, and then when everybody else was going to get in, they saw the Baby Ruth candy bar in there and thought it was a turd. That's essentially what Netflix did to us, or has done to the industry, supposedly. So most claims to offer 17.6. So most recently, the big thing, my latest meme of this is just the simple fact that in that movie Caddyshack, you have someone throws a Baby Ruth candy bar in the pool, and everybody thinks that it's a turd. That's exactly what Netflix is. Netflix just got that in there. They got into the industry really fast. Decided to try to polish turds all over the place for so long, and but kicked everybody else out of the pool, right? And essentially, that's kind of what they're doing right now. That's the metaphor that I'm running with. Anyway, $1 billion more in cash. So that's the big kahuna for today. They're offering 17.6 billion more. Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're doing all right. So that's the thing I wanted to share, and it's the biggest thing that I wanted to kind of point out right now is that so they're deliberately ignoring their shareholders. That's the main thing that's happening right now. They're deliberately going, pushing them aside and offering 17 billion more, at least according to the information that I have here. 17 billion more they have offered to purchase Warner Brothers. And of course, they're gearing towards still trying to sell Netflix for less. So who's pissed? Their shareholders. And you thought you could get rid of me, YouTube. As a wise man once said, strike me down and I will become more powerful than you could possibly imagine. And you gave me so many strikes, I didn't know what to do with them. I could make a stew. I could give them out as white elephant gifts, or just sit on them, let them expire, and come back with my cohorts. How's it going, you crazy sons of bitches?
Doing great.
I didn't know we were podcasting with the Emperor, but okay. I just want to say that throwing a candy bar in the pool, that's what you call targeted advertising.
Yes.
But it doesn't work though if the rapper's not on it.
It definitely doesn't. All right. So that's the main that was my main thing I wanted to kind of just get at today, is that we're seeing so many we're seeing so many of this, and a lot of people are talking about this. So I'm not Mr. Numbers guy. I'm not Mr. Numbers. I'm not all over the place. But the point is that it's 108.4 billion, all cash. Okay, that's the difference. So Ellison and all of the Paramount people they're sourcing their money from a lot of other places. So they're having to borrow a ton of money for this. It's coming from all of these places. It's a total of 108.4 billion in cash. So the shareholders would be way more happy with cash than these other things that Netflix had been offering them. And so that's the crazy part about that. Kind of weird, kind of crazy. And it's been said on the Salty Nerd podcast several times. I love all those guys at the Salty Nerd podcast. They're so on top of all this. But I wanted to say one thing that it's been illustrated so perfectly and so well is a simple fact that this isn't going to fix anything. Even if Paramount does decide to end up buying or is able to end up purchasing Warner Brothers, there's no guarantee that they'll, actually handle the things well or any of that stuff. So, the chances are, given everything we've seen, that it could be just as bad as Netflix would be, right? It's possible.
Here's what scares me. I mean, just that page you have pulled up right now and talking about Paramount and Warner Bros. And everything. I mean, look at the bottom there. I mean, look at how many people from across the ocean in the Middle East are influencing our entertainment here in America. I mean, people have no idea how much our entertainment's being influenced by. I mean, just on this page. I mean, United Emirates, Quarter Investment Authority, Dubai.
It's pronounced Qatar. Just kidding. It is pronounced Qatar.
Either way,
Qatar.
Okay, that's Quarter,
I know.
Qatar,
I want to say
whatever,
Qatar, but who cares?
Qatar.
Qatar.
anyways, I mean, it's crazy how Hollywood is being influenced by millionaires and billionaires overseas. These people are over there sitting on all this oil money and they don't know what to do with it, so they're just buying up all these different companies in the entertainment district and getting on the board of directors and everything, and it's influencing our entertainment heavily here. And and now they're throwing out all this money for Warner Bros. And everything. And I mean, it's like you said, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, because Netflix getting it, probably not a good thing. Paramount getting it might not be a good thing. I mean, it might be a lose-lose situation here where, it just doesn't really, it's not going to change anything. Maybe. I mean, who knows? But
I personally think that all these franchises and all these things will become almost what's the word? Almost not necessarily what's the word when what's the word for when it's null and void, but just completely, I think that they'll become irrelevant. I think that a lot of these things, DC Comics, all these things will end up becoming irrelevant. We'll always love them, of course, but you're going to have younger generations that don't care about them, that don't care about it. And we're going to have new things that are created by AI. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but I really think that whatever AI slop that we have coming forward will end up becoming actual good entertainment at some point. You're going to have some slop, you're going to have some crap coming out, but I think eventually we're going to have good stuff. And they're going to create new superheroes with new characters that are way better and pumped up with masculinity. So,
or you're going to have people like yourself, Ben, where once you have the tools to really harness AI, you can stick to the source material, man. You'll have people who do.
That's when they get us for copyrights, though. That's why I was saying, because they can get us for copyrights, and so that's why I think maybe it might not. People might just gravitate more towards original characters, but I don't know.
Yeah,
that's
you read my mind. I was about to say, have you seen some of the fan edits out there for anything and everything using AI? I mean, it's getting almost as good as what you see in the movie theaters. With the emergence of AI and everything, it's kind of turning everybody into an artist with they don't have to have many skills. They just have to have enough money to buy the AI software and know how to use it. But like Ben said, though, as soon as you go and make a fan edit, if you want to use copyrighted material, places like Netflix, Paramount, Disney, it doesn't matter. They're going to, not only copyright strike you on YouTube, but you could end up getting a letter in the mail if you're making money. So you definitely can't make any money. And even if you're not making money, you're still getting copyright struck on YouTube. And Netflix, speaking of just Netflix, I mean, Netflix used to be this company that people knew it was out there, but people didn't really know what it was. Then later on, it became an above average streaming services. It had a couple of good shows, picked up some movie deals. Then all of a sudden it just took off. And now they have NFL exclusive games just on Netflix with people that announcing them that you can tell they've never played football in their life. It's kind of cringe. But anyways, now they have NFL exclusive games just on Netflix around the holidays. And now all of a sudden they have all this money they can throw out to buy a company like Warner Bros. I mean, what is Netflix planning on doing with it? Are they going to keep making DC movies? I mean, it's just crazy how big they have got. So like Ben said, if you want to go and make fan edits or whatever of copyrighted material that Netflix might own in the future, I guarantee you they will not let that happen. You'll get taken down. So
with knowing how they're an international company, their interests are not in the US. I would love to see the ratio and see their numbers and how much money actually comes from the US, and then look at the ratio of how much money is catered to the US. And it's probably like a ridiculous ratio. It's like, because they probably cater to the US like maybe 5%, but then but then all their money comes from the US because it's all US subscribers, and then people from not the US just stealing the passwords of Americans. No, I'm just joking. I have no idea if that's the truth. I'm just speculating. That's a funny idea I just had, but it's a thought.
Well, since we're speculating, here's what happens. Okay, our government sends a bunch of free money to the Middle East,
right?
And then they take that money and they buy US companies.
Yeah, you're absolutely. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
We're funding the outsourcing of our own work.
We're funding the demise of our own country. So So we're going to keep this really short, you guys, but I wanted to say, so I just wanted to pivot here to this David Ellison. David Ellison allegedly offers assurances to Trump administration officials that he bought Warner Brothers. If he bought Warner Brothers, he would make major changes for CNN. So I saw this and I had to ask AI what they think of it. And let's see, has reportedly assured officials in the incoming Trump administration that he would implement sweeping changes to CNN, flagship news network, if the deal goes through. I guess they're not. I guess he hasn't necessarily revealed what he's going to do, but I'm sure he's probably going to make it less, less anti-Trump centric, which at this point is almost null and void. Doesn't even matter. So who cares? Anyway, I just thought I'd see that. Go ahead.
I wish I had enough money just to buy CNN so I could shut it down.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Man, just want to give a shout out to the chat. Man, Stony One
Kenobi.
Yeah, in the chat, man. It's been a minute. Just wanted to say hi. It's been a while.
Good to see you, Stony One.
And then Uzabu. Man,
Uzabu.
Thanks for showing up. We didn't expect anybody to be back for the live stream. So good to see some lurkers.
Thanks so much, everybody. Appreciate. We're gonna. This is actually gonna be a really short stream. We're halfway done, but I wanted to quickly reach it. So we're gonna segue from there. Okay. So we got all the weirdness that's happening right now. It's gonna be funny to see what happens if this does go through and Netflix does purchase. It'll be funny to see because we'll see a trans this and a black this and a whatever this and a blah 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 that and. We'll see weird stuff and it'll actually be pretty funny. So that part of it might be actually entertaining. So to see that, but I saw this video. It does drag a little bit. So we're just going to watch the first like 30 seconds, but this lady's pointing out how, how Larry Ellison has, maybe we won't even watch it at all, but
why is Larry Ellison trying to buy Warner Brothers Discovery? He just bought Paramount. Why does he want media companies? Why would he? He wants to hang out with movie stars? No, he's a fucking ego problem. What does he do now? He runs the largest data storage and processing company. Why? Well, before founding his company called Oracle, he worked on a project for the CIA called Oracle, where he was paid to build a database for the government. And so he probably has and knows how to get data on all of us.
Okay, so 2 minutes later, they're talking about how basically that David Ellison has access to virtually the entire AI data of the world and all these things. So it could very possibly be the demise of the people of this world. And I have no idea, but we'll see. We'll find out. But that does segue us into the data centers. And the Google CEO is can't stop talking about data centers in every interview that he's doing, apparently. So, yeah.
Well, I hate to break it to him, but TikTok already beat him to the punch. TikTok already did that. So they collected data on everybody in the entire world through the TikTok app. So somebody's already been there and done that. So
China has all that information, not the US.
Yeah. Well, she actually mentions that in this.
Good. I don't get how this is all somehow connected. You just said it's connected, so you must know. He also wants mass surveillance. He said citizens will be on their best behavior because we'll be recording and reporting everything that's going on. And he also said the government should consolidate all of the national data and feed it to AI. And all of this is connected how? I don't really know. It's in your head. You just have to find it. What does this have to do with owning an entertainment company? You already said it's connected. Just tell me how. Well, his data centers are the ones that OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, relies on. And if he owns the data centers, no matter what AI company pulls ahead, he'll have control over where it's all stored. So he's put himself in a position that even when the AI bubble bursts, he'll succeed no matter what. And so he's buying media companies so that he can create AI-generated content. Good. But what if no one watches it? You think he hasn't thought of that? The TikTok deal? Why? He's reported to be that leader of the group of investors making a bid to buy TikTok.
Okay, so apparently he's, we'll find let's look it up right now.
But people will watch AI generated content because people are right now. It's going to get better, and then it's going to be, you won't be able to tell the difference, It'll get to that point. People will be watching. People now watch content, and I know they don't realize it's not AI. You know what I mean? Like,
it's not just watching; it's listening. There's channels on Spotify that's all AI music and it has millions of subscribers. I mean, it's blowing up.
So Larry Ellison, co-founder, is leading. Larry Ellison is leading a consortium of investors that acquired 80% stake in TikTok's U.S. operations in a $14 billion deal, finalized in September of 2025.
wow.
So, I mean, so whether he owns it or doesn't own it, he owns a large portion of it, or at least part of a group of investors that own a large portion of it. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, if you buy everything, then you can't really fail.
Well, too, what that lady's describing is literally already China. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
China already controls their society based off of mass surveillance and social credit score.
You're absolutely 1000% correct. And that's the way we're headed, because unfortunately, way too many people who aren't from here have infiltrated the government too far, including, what's her name? Jasmine Crockett. And that, if I were going to segue to Jasmine Crockett, I would right there, but I
It'll get out of control.
Let's see what the Google CEO has to say.
Over time, at Google, we're always proud of taking moonshots. You mentioned Waymo earlier. That's been over a decade in the making. We're working on quantum computing. In that spirit, one of our moonshots is to how do we one day have data centers in space so that we can better harness
data centers in space.
Ask him to say quantum computing again.
Quantum computing.
the energy from the sun.
I'm sorry,
that
funny.
is 100 trillion times more energy than what we produce in all of Earth today. So we want to put these data centers in space, closer to the sun. And I think we are taking our first step in 27. We'll send tiny racks of machines and have them in satellites, test them out, and then start scaling from there. But there's no doubt to me that a decade or so away, we'll be viewing it as a more normal way to build data centers.
And while we're at it, let's just build a Dyson sphere around the sun. We can supply all the energy we need to all of our data centers. And while we're at it, we'll just build a Death Star while we're at it. Why not?
It's only going to be power for the data centers, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
while on Earth, we're going to be taxed carbon credits. Oh, you're using too much power. Oh, you're going against the system. Oh, the data center's taking too much. You can't turn on your air conditioning. All while they're going to have a floating fucking data center that's just lined with solar panels. And that's not like the worst idea as far as take them off world. It's crazy. This is the future.
Why does your data center satellite with solar panels on it also have a giant laser that says "Pay your bill"?
And the laser is etching your bill into your chest before you wake up. Okay, so let's move on from that. I mean, I just wanted to point this out. This meme, I made this meme a couple of days ago, and it got some traction. So live action Tomb Raider Amazon series, of course we know it's going to be great because Amazon's making it, and they really know how to make fantasy and stuff like that. Yeah, Amazon knows. And I just made this because this is what's happening. So the live action Tomb Raider Amazon series, which will be what's her name from Game of Thrones, Sophie Turner. She's beautiful woman there. And it's going to reinvent the franchise on a massive scale. So yeah, that worked before when they reinvented the franchise. So that's what they're going to do. So I just, made a new poster for them. That's the new Tomb Raider. So there you go.
Unpopular opinion: Angelina Jolie was the best Lara Croft.
Dude, she absolutely 1000%.
At least she looked like the character.
I agree.
Oh yeah, she was exactly it.
Those are the only Tomb Raider movies I've ever seen. I guess there's been more after, but yeah.
Was I not
most
sharing?
Recent one was, the action
nothing
was
sharing.
okay, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, I agree with you that she was the best actor for that role. If they're doing a live action of what you just said, hopefully it doesn't end up like the Lord of the Rings reboot live action that went terribly wrong.
Ring of Power.
So, Amazon's been here before.
Oh my god.
That's not real, right? Is
No,
that
I made
fake?
I made that.
Okay.
I made that.
Okay.
Just so that,
I was
yeah.
about to say I thought it might be bad, but I wasn't expecting that.
That's what I mean.
Kyle thought this was real.
You never know anymore, you know.
These days,
it's
these days, yeah.
2025.
These days, you never know. All right, so
That's
Is it
funny.
Larry Kraft?
Oh, that's fun. Larry Kraft.
there you go, Larry Kraft. That's it. Yes, 1,000. Okay, so the biggest thing that I wanted to we'll close today with this, and I wanted to actually before we do that, let's share this real quick.
This is nuts. This is nuts. I know, dude. It's gonna be exactly like Euro Trip, only it's not gonna suck. It's gonna be awesome.
It's not gonna be awesome.
Anyway, I just thought I saw someone posted that I had to. Okay, so all right, let's get into it. So the last thing that I wanted to talk about today was specifically the MCU. Now I know that everybody's fucking sick of this shit, but I wanted to talk about this really quickly, and we're gonna follow up this with a real video about it. But I did some work on this, and it looks like 1, 2. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Out of 15 movies, we had how many lost? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So almost half of them lost money. And actually more than half, because we'll get into it. But anyway.
That's a pretty crappy list.
Oh, can you not see it?
There's only a few on there. No, I mean the quality of movies on there. And there's only a few on there that I kind of enjoyed.
Let me start it over. These are all post Endgame. So this is right after Endgame, and Spider-Man went right after that, and so on and so forth.
Well,
so
that's when it started going downhill as far as quality
exactly.
after Endgame.
And what I wanted to see was, and what we'll eventually get to, is finding out if they actually made a profit after Endgame, or was it all just spent on zero? Like, did they all just lose money? And that's what I'm going to get to. But we have Spider-Man made a ton. They made 738 million profit. Black Widow and Shang-Chi and Eternals all lost money. All of them. All three of those movies lost money, and some at 188 million, 120 million. Spider-Man: No Way Home had a profit. Doctor Strange and Thor: Love and Thunder, both of those were terrible movies, but they still made a profit because they had the Marvel brand.
Love and Thunder could have been so good. Could have been.
Yeah.
That one.
A lot of these could have been.
Yeah, it's like all you have to do is.
They didn't want them to be.
Well, it's like all you have to do is cut out 30 to 40% of the movie, and it's way better.
I'm going to be honest. I was even disappointed with Endgame. There was parts of Endgame that I just felt was weird, and it dragged on. I mean, Endgame could have been better, in my opinion. People argue with me about that, but
I think you're 100% correct. Most people view Endgame as kind of a downturn and a severe disappointment. When you compare it to Infinity War, Infinity War is by far one of the pretty much probably the best of all.
The crown jewel.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I seen Infinity War, and I know it didn't end well, and most of the people died at the end of the movie. But you know what? Not every good movie has to have a happy ending. And I just thought that was the coolest Marvel movie I've ever seen. I mean, the whole movie from beginning to end just had you on your toes. It was high quality. It was entertaining. And then you go to Endgame, and you're just expecting it just to see the same thing, and you don't. It's just like 3 hours of nothing, and then with like 40 minutes of a battle at the end that doesn't really make any sense because they're not even fighting the same Thanos. And then the only reason they were able to discover the time travel or whatever is because a rat fell on the button and left Ant-Man out of the portal. So the rat's basically the hero of the whole story. It's just that's a different. We don't have to talk about that right now, but yeah, Endgame was very disappointing in my opinion.
I think Kyle, I do want to reassure you that I think a lot more people than you think agree with you. And we had no idea at the time when I was going off of the high of Marvel, and I was excited for it. And Alex and I and a bunch of dudes, we went out to go see and Endgame, and we came back here to my house and we did a show on it. It was a blast. It was a good time. But I realized after thinking about it, that whole movie is just Back to the Future 2. That's all it fucking is. It's Back to the Future 2. They go back and it's just dumb. Anyway.
And then they kill Iron Man.
Yeah.
Who was,
and that's what they're
most people's favorite hero. But anyways.
You know
Hulk's
what?
Hulk's right
died.
there, but Iron Man's got to snap his fingers. So
well, the franchise died with Iron Man. I didn't think
Yeah.
it was too bad the way he went out with him saving everything, but it just, man, ever since they took out Robert Downey Jr.
And you got the Hulk right there. I mean, he could have did it and survived, but Iron Man's going to do it. So it just didn't make any sense. But yeah.
So yeah, these movies, Doctor Strange, Love and Thunder, horrible movies, but still made a profit. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever still made an incredible profit. I don't think I saw that whole movie yet. I still haven't gotten through the whole movie yet.
Deadpool, Wolverine, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
That was probably their next best one since Endgame, and it has nothing to do with the rest of the MCU. Really, it's almost just a pure fanfic.
Yeah,
It's a comedy and it's funny. So.
And so, but the point, the major key points here, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 did make 221 million profit, but you have Deadpool and Wolverine making 838 million, but Marvel's lost 732. So you literally have almost a cancel out when you have Marvels and the Deadpool and Wolverine. Like it's like, oh, we lost a ton of money with the Marvels, but we made it back and then some with Deadpool and Wolverine, but they were still in the hole if you look at it that way.
I seen the Marvels movie a long time ago, and it was trash.
It's pretty dumb. I mean, it's pretty dumb. Captain America: New World Order. I'm going to call it its original title because it was originally called New World Order, just because. Lost 35 million. Thunderbolts was I was like, this is okay. It was okay. It was okay. That still lost 68 million. Fantastic Four still okay. Not the best movie. Still okay. Profit 9 million. So anyway, we'll do them. I was gonna have all the math done today, but I wasn't. So anyway, that's
what you should do for next time is now create a list like this.
Yeah.
But for all the movies before Endgame.
That's what I did. So that's part of it.
Okay.
And that was part of the video, but anyway. Well, I'm done. How about you guys? Let's see. I was thinking there was something that I wanted to show, but I can't remember what it was. I think that's pretty much it. But that was the rest of it.
We were talking off camera a little bit. It's going to be interesting moving forward with this whole Netflix buying Warner Brothers, because I made the comparison that when Disney bought Marvel, Disney bought Star Wars, this golden IP, they've kind of ran its course and ran it into the ground. So it's going to be interesting to see what Netflix does, if Netflix gets it, with Warner Brothers. Are they going to put out a couple quality videos, quality movies, and then run it into the ground?
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
that's what Disney's done.
Yeah,
that's what Disney has done.
Through Disney Plus, Disney took Star Wars and they oversaturated the market with a lot of mediocre shows and movies and got people to the point where they just don't care as much anymore. Like, they care about the old stuff. They love Star Wars, but as far as the new stuff, they just, whatever. They don't care anymore. Are they going to, now, so if whoever buys Warner Bros., are they going to do the same thing with DC? Just oversaturate the market with a bunch of mediocre shows and movies and get everybody to the point where they're like, I'm done with this new stuff. I'll just watch the old stuff. We'll see.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm good. You guys good?
I'm good.
Thanks everybody for listening. We appreciate you. We love you to death. Thank you for hanging out with us. Please like the stream. We're fighting. We're literally fighting. We're literally battling right now at this very minute. We're battling with AI algorithms that want us dead, that want us to not be streaming. So please like, share, and subscribe, please. And thank you so much, everybody.
See ya.
And leave a comment. Let us know if there's anything you guys want us to cover, chat, because we'd be glad to do it.
Appreciate it all. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great one.
Have a good night.